and I'm a part of the Zoho Books and Zoho Invoice team. Today I'm going to talk about how you can do your accounting with Zoho, what we have done so far as cloud accounting is concerned, and what we have currently to offer as far as in the accounting space, and what is our vision for our accounting products. So this is what today's presentation is all about. First, our cloud accounting journey. This visual timeline tells you where we started and where we are today. In 2008, we launched Zoho Invoice. I mean, by the time we launched Zoho Invoice, we already had quite a lot of customers for Zoho CRM and some of the other products, and people were comfortable working in the cloud using their CRM systems, and there were a lot of requests for, I want to get out of QuickBooks, I want to do accounting in the cloud or invoicing in the cloud. Why don't you actually develop an application? And we came up with the Zoho Invoice. We just took a baby step to test the waters in the financial space. And that's where, today Zoho Invoice does have a lot of customers across the globe, right from USA to countries in the Pacific Ocean across the globe. We do have a lot of customers for Zoho Invoice. And in 2009, Zoho Invoice underwent some major feature additions. We had a very good multi-currency module incorporated into Zoho Invoice. And 2008, we refurbished Zoho Invoice with a fresh interface and a lot of feature additions. And we were among the first vendors to be launched in the Google Marketplace. And in 2011, the big one, we launched an accounting software. Well, after Zoho Invoice, the next question is, when are you going to launch an accounting application? A lot of Zoho Invoice customers themselves wanted an accounting suite. They were using Zoho Invoice for invoicing, but then they had to transfer their invoices and contacts to QuickBooks or any of the other accounting applications. But we also answered them with Zoho Books. And that was also was received with a tremendous response. And of course, we have to keep up with the growing technological changes, and we launched Android and iPhone apps for Zoho Invoice. And today we launched the automatic bank feeds, so you can connect to your bank accounts in Zoho using Zoho Books and download all the transactions, that saving quite a lot of time in the process. That was about Zoho Books. And now let me walk you through why we believe Zoho Books is the ideal choice for doing your accounting. Here's a quick overview of Zoho Books. It handles Zoho Books. It's a full-fledged accounting suite. When you run a business, what are the day-to-day activities you do? You try to sell to your customers. And in the process of selling, if you succeed in selling to your customer, you have to give them invoices, or prior to invoices, you need to send them quotes, correct? And once you receive money, you have to record those transactions as well. Then, of course, there will be expenses that you incur on the process of running your business. So that has to be taken care. And no longer you have cash under your pillow. You have bank accounts and credit cards. So you need to manage that. So essentially, Zoho Books takes care of all those, your day-to-day financial needs. So the one major reason why we believe Zoho Books is a good answer for your accounting needs is there's no accounting knowledge required. There's no accounting knowledge required. I mean, unless you want to pass a year-end adjustment or something like that, you need not actually have any accounting knowledge. You need not be a CPA. You need not know accounting. So that is when we designed, that is what we had in mind. So yes, ignorance is bliss as far as accounting is concerned. And for whom? Well, we designed it for small businesses, then freelancers, accountants, for accountants to collaborate with their clients. Accountants, it's an accountant-friendly software as well. Then, I mean, if you have a business that spans continents, we have you can handle multiple currencies and stuff like that. So it's for everyone. I mean, I say for small businesses, but if you consider Zoho a small business, we also use Zoho Books for a part of our accounting. We are what 1,500 employees strong across 5 countries, including Japan, China, US, and India. And so we also use Zoho Books for.
Zoho Corp or AdventNet or whatever, do they use Zoho Books for all their accounting needs?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We do use Zoho Books. But there are some regulatory requirements that, for example, in India, we do use Zoho Books. I mean, we do use Zoho Books for invoicing, managing a part of the accounts payable, then managing all your bank information.
How do you handle the credit card transactions? That going through Zoho Books as well? All your credit cards you process?
Credit cards you process.
You process all your credit cards, your payments,
receivable.
Yeah, we do.
Those are all going through Zoho Books.
Yeah, I mean, all those transactions will be in Zoho Books. So your financial reports.
I mean, wait, did you say it's doing it or they will be in there? You are currently using your Zoho Books for that now, or you will be using Zoho Books for that now?
We do use Zoho Books for that.
Okay, thank you.
Well, can I clarify further?
Yeah.
If you send me an invoice, you're going to email me an invoice in Zoho Invoice, Zoho Books.
Correct.
And if I want to pay you by credit card, do I pay you straight against that invoice and it just shows up and you have the merchant account and you set up?
Yeah, we do have the merchant account.
Okay, now what if I'm in India?
Okay.
Or what if I'm in Mexico? I mean, what if I'm not in the, because everybody has a different. So do you have different accounts for every country that you do this in?
Why would you have different accounts?
Because the credit cards across the
Credit cards are the same.
Yeah, I mean, we price it in dollars and.
but does it get into your bank account and all that stuff?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, so you've got it all, but when I set up Zoho Books, I have to select auth.net or one of those?
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have the merchant service beyond that?
Yeah, we don't. We have we support PayPal, Google Checkout, and PayPal PayFlow Pro. That was a recent addition to the payment gateway list. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll wait. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, today we launched automatic bank feeds, and this, what it does is you can connect your bank accounts, download all your bank transactions, and that massively reduces the amount of data entry you need to do. And this is, zero entry or closer to zero data entry. I think this is what Doug espouses in a lot of his presentations. This is where the world is moving to. I mean, you use your credit cards and you purchase. Previously, you need to manually input those transactions into Zoho Books. Now, you will be able to connect your bank account, and the transactions are automatically downloaded. And Zoho Books under the hood takes care of posting the journal entries, everything. So you need not worry about anything. So that's a massive time saver Yes, sir.
Also for credit card accounts? or-
Yeah, both credit card and bank accounts. At the moment, we don't support for all the banks. I mean, at the back end, we use services provided by Yardley, a company called as Yardley. It's a popular company in this online. Yeah.
And is this additional cost or is it included in the?
It's available at no additional cost. And you can do automated invoicing if you send periodic invoices to your customers for the same amount every month, like a subscription service. You can just create the invoice once, set the frequency, and Zoho Invoice will take care of recording this.
Would it automatically hit somebody's credit card as well if you had that on file? So, we're charging a support fee of $50 a month, so every month it would automatically generate an invoice, charge.
No, charging is not automatic yet, but that is something that we are working on. Yes, madam.
Yeah, I'd like to know once it integrates into Zoho Books, say from the bank, bring down your transactions, if you want to put them in a particular category.
Correct.
Do you have to do that manually one by one, or will you be able to open up the spreadsheet like you do in the CRM and kind of select all the ones in that category and kind of copy and paste them?
Okay. We have something called as bank rules. With that, what you can do is auto-classify the transaction. Say you use your credit card at Starbucks, and the transaction description or the payee says as Starbucks. You can set up a rule like saying, if the payee contains Starbucks, categorize this as restaurant expenses. You can specify rules like that so that there won't be any manual intervention.
Okay, but say for example, I'm on a client account.
Okay.
It's still the Starbucks expense, but it should be billed to a different client.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you're saying when you send an invoice to the client, you want that expense to be included?
No, I'm saying when I use my credit card.
Okay.
Business credit card, and a bunch of Starbucks transactions show up.
Okay.
Right? There are different events for different clients that those expenses are associated to. Do I need to categorize those manually, or can I do it on spreadsheet just the way you do it in CRM? CRM, I can open up my CRM on the spreadsheet, update it all, and it automatically updates all of those leads with that information.
She's wanting to know
But
if
if
you
you're going to do
integrated
that in books as well, or
Zoho
no?
spreadsheet.
Pardon?
She wants to know if you integrated this Zoho spreadsheet as a way to enter your information into the books. If you're
No,
asset,
not yet.
That's what she's asking.
No, but
Mint.com,
yeah.
what it does, by default, it kind of guesses, okay, this is a food expense. You can override that. Like, oh, it's not food expense, this is like my miscellaneous category, whatever I want it to be. Assuming with Zoho Books, you can, let's just say, oh, it's a food expense. But what she's saying is, that, oh, I want to change this one in particular because it's actually one for a customer. Can you associate it to a bunch of like other categories or only one category?
Well, I think she still wants to be food expense, she just wants to say
Associated.
reimbursable by particular, so this is job costing that she's asking.
Yeah, and her
Yeah.
question is if it could be put into the Zoho spreadsheet format.
Okay, a lot.
I think as Doug said, what she's asking is more like job costing, I guess.
It's a very common, and Starbucks is maybe a poor example, but it's close enough. There's a million of these examples where it's the same vendor, you want to say Starbucks, but it's ABC reimbursable.
Can I ask you a question? Are you going to get to what the flow is from in CRM, you create a quote, then you create a sales order, create an invoice, and then how does it go flow into books?
Right now, it still stays in CRM. It doesn't flow to books. That is something that we'll be working on.
Well, you could use Creator to do that.
Yeah, actually, I mean, yes, you can. In the sense, you can push it to Creator.
Yeah, right.
And Creator actually is integrated with Invoice. Books does not have an API yet. So once books comes with an API, there will be a workaround. But again, the users have to go through the rigmarole of this thing. We want to try to provide a seamless this thing. It's incredibly hard to.
But I think what you guys wanted to do is you want to be in CRM and you've done an estimate and you want a certain point at which you can push a button to just say invoice the customer and then
see it.
books get it.
Right.
Is that what you want
Yeah.
exactly?
Well, yeah.
An invoice, or what about, is there vendor transactions that you want to make bills?
All the above. What we want is books to be integrated with CRM.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Right, so it's more general than that.
It is.
Customers or vendors, do you put vendors in your CRM?
No.
We don't have a lot of vendors, but that's not a big aspect of our business.
Okay, it is integrated to the extent that you can actually port your contacts and account details to Zoho Books. That's an automatic integration. But beyond that, if you want to, say you create a quote in CRM and you want to actually see that in Zoho Invoice or Books, that's not possible yet.
So if you create a quote or an invoice in CRM, how do you get it into books? You manually have to type.
Yeah, you have to export it as a CSV file and import it into Books again.
Can you show us the interface for books?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
This is how it always works. They get the market in and they listen to stuff like whether it's this or they listen to stuff like this and they see you're not going to develop and then prioritize.
Yeah, this is the Zoho Books interface. Well, I mean, this, yeah, this is the
Invoice and we put it into.
diagram that I had in my presentation. This pretty much summarizes what Zoho Books does. At the higher level, I mean, what Zoho Books, basically all your business day-to-day tasks. Beyond that, we also have a time tracking module within Zoho Books. And then there's, as you see, a tab for accountant. This is primarily meant for posting any things like journal entries and while we want to do everything, there are certain things like handling of depreciation and some which we don't have a form to track your fixed asset depreciation and stuff like that. So for those things which are, transactions that are pretty rare, probably you can use that journal entry screen. Yeah. So
But
is
it's
that
a common database of customer, or your contacts database is common between it and CRM?
yes. There is a synchronization between, you can add a contact in CRM and it will get to Zoho Books. You need not again add that in Zoho Books.
Is it two databases?
It's different applications or different databases, but they are synchronized.
How do we avoid duplicate records?
If there are duplicate records, we show actually the duplicates. So there is a link that can highlight the duplicate records for the users to go and correct it.
Because where that's going to start getting really important is when you have an e-commerce store and somebody, and the customers are entering their own.
Correct.
All of a sudden they didn't realize that they already existed,
Yeah.
or the format of it's different. And
Yeah, e-commerce adds a whole nother level of complexity.
Yeah.
Yes, madam.
You have to go integrate.
I have a four-part question, and I came in a little late, so I don't know if you covered this already. But when we send a client an estimate, can they accept the estimate online?
No.
Or no? Okay, so they can't. Okay.
Yeah, but there is a part of our vision actually. Maybe in the, I don't know what happened. Just a moment, sorry for that. Okay, I don't know what's happening. It simply doesn't open. Shall I continue the presentation, or somebody asked for the interface, so I switched. Yes.
As far as moving from QuickBooks to Books, how does that work? Can you dump the information, or does it have to be data entry?
Not data entry exactly. What we suggest is you choose a date on which you want to move from QuickBooks to Zoho Books. You finalize, usually it is at the month end or whatever it is ideal period that your accountant suggests. Then take a look at the trial balance in QuickBooks, enter those balances in Zoho Books, and then you would like to continue tracking of all your open invoices and the bills. So you can import those alone. You need not import each and every transaction. You can still do that because we support import of all transactions. But the best method is just finalize on a date, take a look at the trial balance in QuickBooks, enter those account balances in Zoho Books, import your open invoices and open bills.
As far as timekeeping and employee tracking, is there a pay stub mechanism in Books?
Pay slip? Pardon?
Pay stub?
Pay stub, no. We don't have a pay stub.
Payroll, no pay stub.
No payroll.
So you track the time sheet and then be able to print that out or whatever and take that to your payroll system. That's where you're-
Yeah, it has to be manually done.
Would there be a customer access portal at all, so that they could see all the invoices?
Yes. It's in a pipeline.
Oh, it's in the pipeline, it's not there now?
It's not there now.
Okay, can the invoices be sent out via email, but in the customer's language? For example, I have clients that speak English, but I have a whole lot that only speak Spanish. So
Okay.
can the invoice be changed so that when they receive it, the main descriptions are in Spanish?
Yeah, this is something that you can use actually. We have something called as custom templates. You can upload the HTML part to tweak it in the language in which you want.
But you see what she wants you to do is she wants you to create the customer contact record, that customer's language, and she wants you to
Yeah.
fill out an invoice that maybe goes to 30 people. She wants the English ones to go with the English invoice template and the Spanish ones to go with the Spanish template, having it decide based on a flag inside the customer.
No, it's not that automated to that extent, but you can create two templates, one for the English speaking customers and one for the Spanish one.
But correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't have that automatic, then you're gonna get it wrong, because you're gonna have to intercede every time, right?
Yeah, I would have to review it every time, unless when I create the invoice, there's, you check off English or Spanish. I would rather check it off on the client.
On the
So
customer.
when I
Okay.
send them the invoice, it's automatically in their language.
That would
Yeah.
be really sweet.
Okay.
So that you're associating a contact with templates. And by the way, that might accrue to other things too, other emails or whatever. You have
Correct.
email templates to all of our, CRM could really use that too.
Yeah. I mean, we have email templates also. There also you can create multiple email templates.
In different
Like
languages.
different-
But you wouldn't be able to say, send this email to 50 people and have it say Spanish, English, Spanish.
Not yet.
That would be really cool. That would differentiate you from anybody I've ever known.
Okay.
And everybody's working on this.
I'll just check. I'm not sure. Maybe I think you should already be able to associate a customer with a template. So that should solve part of the problem.
That would be it.
That should solve a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you be able to attach any images to, any
Yes, you can. You can attach files, but there is a limit on the file size. Slide show போக மாட்டேன்றது. Current slide click பண்ணா slide show போக மாட்டேன்றது சார். Zoho Books போட்டுள்ள. Okay. Well, I think we are running out of time. I'll just quickly walk through the rest of the slides. We have some features in Zoho Books that can improve your cash flow, like you can get paid online. Then we have automatic payment reminders. We have a cash flow report. And you can collaborate with your accountant online. The tax season, you need not rush to his office. You can just invite him as a user and you can review your numbers online.
You released this in about 8 months ago, you say?
A year ago. And maybe just I'll take 2 minutes to explain where we want to go actually. I mean, today if you take most of the accounting systems, as far as data processing is concerned, most of the data entry is manual. What we want to do is take it to zero entry. I mean, that's probably a lot of, that is part of the problem that we have solved with banking integration and stuff like that. And more importantly, the transaction data, for example, you create a quote in CRM or as Invoice in CRM, it has to flow automatically to Invoice and Books. So that sort of a transaction flow is what we want to take it to. And finally, most of the accounting systems, if you take our you buy an accounting system just because to meet some regulatory this thing, it's a sort of a necessary evil kind of stuff. And most of the thing is transactional in nature. Where we want to take it to is, we want to integrate with other Zoho services like Zoho Reports to provide rich information to our, I mean, if accountants are using, they should be able to provide rich information to their clients. With that, probably I'll close it because we have run out of time. If any questions? Yes, madam. CRM integration? Well, it's difficult to state a timeline, but okay. But sometime by the year end, I think we should have made good progress on that front.
What was the question?
Timeline for CRM and Books integration.
Into this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's critical. I mean, single database of contacts.
Yeah.
Then you differentiate, and then you get a whole bunch more CRM users too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we know. We know we'll make much more money with that integration, but it's quite difficult. I mean, we underestimated the time it will take. So.
A lot of software, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.